Estamos aquí en Mulegé.
Puerta Don Chano.
Can you translate it?
It means Puerta Don Chano. I don't know what it means.
What about what I said?
I forget what you said.
Oh my god. Bienvenidos. Estamos aquí en Mulegé.
Welcome. We are here in Mulegé.
We're trying to get ferry tickets from La Paz, which is at the southern end of the Baja Peninsula, to mainland Mexico. And
Rob's scared.
I have some Spanish, but I don't know if it's like speaking on the phone good enough.
Mine's hardly good enough for speaking in person.
So we'll see how this goes.
Buenas tardes.
Hola.
Buen día.
Buen días.
Hola.
Necesito una reservación La Paz a Topolobampo por una RV.
Ajá. ¿Para cuándo?
¿Martes?
El martes de
Sí.
la próxima semana.
Sí.
Martes 21.
Sí.
Ok. Tengo lista de espera. Es full.
It's full.
Oh, okay.
Maybe miércoles.
Okay. Está bien.
Ok.
Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Es viernes 24.
Okay.
¿Sí?
Yeah. Is available?
Sí. Viernes 24.
Okay.
¿Tu nombre?
Rob?
Rob.
Yes.
Caravan.
Sí. Es 3 meters,
Ok.
I think. Maybe
¿Un
cuatro.
teléfono?
Is 1 603. Permiso. Es 6 meters, no 3 meters.
Ah, ok. Perfecto. Listo. Ya está la reservación para el viernes 24.
Okay. ¿A qué hora?
A la 1 hay que... No, a las 5 hay que estar en el puerto.
Okay. 5 in the port.
Sale a las 9 de la noche.
Okay.
Okay.
¿Ok? Ok,
Sí.
bye.
Gracias.
What just happened? You're sweating.
So great. It's like nerve-wracking and like it's a lot of mental effort to translate, but we are booked for Thursday of next week and we have to be in the port at 5 and I think they sail at 9.
I think so.
Okay. And I told her we're 6 meters long.
We're gonna have to take the bike rack off, I think, and put it in the van.
So now the question is, will they actually let us sail to mainland Mexico or is our van too heavy?
We'll find out next week on Out of Ipswich. So we stayed here last night at Huerta Don Chano, which means Orchard Don Chano. There's a lot of fruit trees around. We had a fresh orange this morning, which was delicious.
Found it on the ground.
Found it on the ground, nice ground orange. And they had hot showers, which was great. And it was pretty cheap. So that was nice. We met Rick next door. He's letting us use his Starlink internet to upload a video for you guys.
Laptop's going over there.
Thanks, Rick. Loki's chillaxing. And we're just trying to figure out our plan. I think we're gonna head south from here today. And now that we've booked the ferry ride, we know how much time we have here. So we have a week pretty much to do the rest of Baja Sur.
So we're chilling here with our neighbors, Rick and Ariana, and this dude just showed up in this CRV, and he's got fish that he just caught today, and he's just cruising around selling them. Do you want to tell them about driving in Mexico?
Narrow roads are definitely a thing. Highway 5.
You can't really tell how wide this one is, but it's
Not
pretty
very
narrow
wide.
right here. And we're also coming up on a blind corner, so hopefully nobody comes.
Highway 5 was pretty good, width-wise. Definitely bumpy spots.
True.
Highway 1 has some very narrow sections. Like,
Hold on, there's a car coming.
just barely enough for 2 vehicles. Hang on.
There's a car coming.
It's a little intimidating when you're driving and you see a tractor trailer coming the other direction and you just barely fit between the lines.
Yeah, I just watch the passenger side corner of the pavement and get as close to that as I can.
But there's no shoulder, and sometimes it's pretty steep off there, so like you gotta be careful.
The speed limits on the highway are reduced when you come to a town. So they'll tell you gotta slow speed down, when you're entering the town. But then you leave the town and they never tell you to speed back up again.
So you just kind of get a vibe for it. We just go what everybody else is going, pretty much.
Yep.
Unless it's clearly labeled. You might be wondering why Rob has a stick.
Oh, so there's street dogs around, and it was recommended to us to bring a stick or rocks, just in case, because we've got this not street dog, very bougie dog over here, and
we don't want him to get rabies.
No, we don't really feel like dealing with a dog fight.
Yeah.
Basically, if there's a dog that's angry, we're gonna turn around, but if the dog chases us, then we have a stick.
Hopefully just to intimidate and not use.
Right. I'm not really like out here trying to beat up dogs, okay?
We found this cute little courtyard. Show them the trees. Can you see the tree? That's so neat. Rob wants to tell you about the military checkpoints.
Yeah, so when you're driving along the highway, sometimes you just have to go to an established military checkpoint where they will ask you questions about where you're coming from, where you're going to, why you're going, and sometimes they'll just climb into your vehicle and inspect it. And I think that they can be as thorough as they want, and luckily for us they haven't been, just because it could take a while to thoroughly search our entire van if they really wanted to.
I think the longest inspection we had was probably 10 or 15 minutes of 2 soldiers from the National Guard looking through our vehicle, and around and under.
Yes. There's just a lot of nooks and crannies in a van, and I think that there's no real limitation for what they could inspect if they were so inclined, and we could be stuck on the highway for hours if they chose to make us sit there.
We appreciate the work that they do, though, because the roads here seem very safe.
Yeah, we've had no issues.
And the dog, I think, helps somewhat. I don't know, they usually ask about the dog and ask if he bites.
Yeah, well, you got to keep in mind that they're pretty much standing in the middle of the desert on not very busy highways, and so they probably just like to have a dog to pat for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And makes their day a little bit better.
Él es tu amigo. Hi, people. I'm back eating again.
Wow.
What?
It makes it sound like you had an eating disorder.
The thing about Baja is that the weather changes so quickly, and you really can't forecast it. But usually the mornings are pretty nice, and then it gets windy. We recommend wearing layers.
If anybody watching this actually knows Spanish, then you'll know that I'm an idiot, because our boat's actually Friday, not Thursday. I just realized.
We were practicing the days of the week in Spanish.
Yeah.
And realized our error.
I guess I confused Thursday and Friday in Spanish.
We're leaving Huerta Don Chano RV Park. We had a good time there. It was a nice spot, hot showers. They had a restaurant with some drinks, and we met some good people. Now we're headed on to the next spot. We're not really sure exactly where yet, but somewhere near Loreto. At a beach near the ferry terminal, and we're just picking up some trash. But we stopped here because we wanted to go to the Banjercito Is that how you say that?
Bonjercito.
Bonjercito, which is where you get the permit to import your vehicle to mainland Mexico. We knew that there may be an issue getting the van to mainland Mexico because there is a weight limit on vehicles that can be imported. So basically there's a GVWR limit of like 7,000 pounds, and our van GVWR is 9,000 pounds. You can get around that if you are able to classify it as an RV. We weren't sure how that was going to work because New Hampshire doesn't register vehicles, doesn't register RVs. So it was kind of up in the air until we got to the Bonjercito to see whether or not they were going to give us the permit.
So I went to the office. I brought originals and copies of the registration, the title for the van, my driver's license, my passport, and insurance.
And the FMM.
And yes, the FMM. The agent at the counter was super helpful. Her English is about as good as my Spanish, but I think we both appreciated the effort. She showed me a form and she highlighted a section which was in English that said the weight limit for the vehicle, and I showed her on our title where our GVWR was larger than that, and she said no problem, you just need to go to customs or aduana and get a stamp. So I went to the aduana office and I explained to them the issue. I showed them the form that I needed a stamp on, and an agent looked at our van, verified the VIN matched what was on the paperwork, and then stamped and signed the paperwork, and then the rest of the process was as normal. The form basically just says that our vehicle is overweight, and when they look at it, they verify that it's not a commercial vehicle, it's in fact just a personal RV essentially, and it's fine to import. The rest of the process, I didn't really have to do anything. The agent did a bunch of paperwork. I had to sign my name a bunch of times, and that was it. We're done. So now we're legal to have this van in mainland Mexico for 170 days.
When you temporarily import a vehicle into Mexico, and I believe any country, you have to pay a fee, and there's like taxes and fees that I think you don't get back, but then there's also like a deposit for the permit, and when you leave the country, you turn in the permit and you get that money back. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you guys liked it.
If you like this video, then like this video.
Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought about the process to catch a ferry to mainland Mexico. There's a lot of reports out there online that it's not possible for a van of this size to get the import permit, but it definitely is. So hopefully that's helpful to some of you.
Yeah, here we are doing it. If you need any help, just leave a comment, let us know. We can try and help guide you through it.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and sign up for notifications so you can see next time when we take the ferry and cross to Topolobampo.
Yeah, and all the rest of our journeys through Mexico.
We'll see you there.
Bye. Wait, we won't see them there if they don't come here.
Está bien.